Hey, welcome back, my amazing student. So in this lecture, we're going to start a series of lectures here, right from this lecture here, where you're going to be learning about database relationships. So you're going to learn about the one-to-many relationship that we're going to create. So in our application here, if you look at the demo in the beginning of this playlist, I'll show you a demo application where in this area here, in the edit for contact, we have these notes that we can write about that specific contact. And that's very useful, right? Because if you have a contact, it would be useful to have another space where you can write about that contact. And that's what we're gonna have. We're gonna have something called notes. And we need to start creating a model for that, and we need to start relating it to the contact. So you're gonna learn about relationships here with SQLAlchemy. Super cool stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's go into models. And this is where we're gonna be creating this relationship. So I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna create another class, another model, right? And I'm gonna call this note. Simple as that. We're gonna pass in the model and of course the table name, just like this. Okay, we're gonna call it note, lowercase. All right, so I'm gonna have a ID here to be the primary key. And I'm gonna take one of these guys in here so I don't have to write all this stuff from scratch. I'm gonna paste that in there. All right, and let me paste another one here. And here, we're gonna have 4 of them. So this one here would be the contact ID from the contact model. So this here would be DB integer. So we're gonna edit this. Let me make this a little bigger so that way you can see it. So this would be DB integer, just like that. And nullable, yeah, we can keep nullable there. But what I'm gonna do is, this also would be a foreign key. DB foreign GN, okay, key, uppercase key there. And this would be a foreign key that is going to be linked to the contact ID. So that's why I'm gonna say contact.id, because we want to access the ID of this model right here, okay? And nullable, of course, is gonna be false because we don't want this to be empty. So contact ID, I'm just making sure this is correct. Uppercase I, uppercase F, and uppercase K, all right? All right, and I'm spelling this correctly. I usually have issues with the GN here. I put it backwards sometimes. My English is not the best looking. Anyway, let's go here and let's get the body out. And the body, instead of being characters, we're gonna set it to be unlimited, basically. So people can write whatever they want in notes. That's pretty cool. And this one here, instead of this will be a date. So we want to find out when this was created. So what I'm gonna do is, since we have this property, datetime, I'm gonna use that here. And let's put a default time. All right, server, default, right here, like this. And this would be DB func now, boom. And that should give us the time for now. So just make sure you have this table the way that I do here, and make sure you spell it better than me, because sometimes I misspell things. And let's see. All right, so this looks cool. All right, so far it looks good. Now, one thing here that we should not forget is that we got to make the relationship. So the relationship on this table here is gonna be called notes, and we're gonna grab it like this, relationship, just like that. And it's gonna be a function that we're gonna pass on arguments to. All right, so the first argument would be the note, all right? So that's the model, right? The second, we're gonna have some more arguments here that we need to pass. This back ref is how we refer to this, all right? And we're gonna refer to this as contact. So that way we could actually pull down the note's parents, right? So yeah, this is going to be a child of contact, but we also want to pull the parents, right? So we can come back here and find out, hey, listen, do the node have a parent? What is the parent? And the parent would be contact, right? So backref works for that. Let's also do lazy loading here. So dynamic, this is just going to make things a lot better. And if anything, if we delete a node, we want to delete its child, right? So we're going to cascade on all this stuff, all, and delete the orphan. So nothing stays empty, just like that, right there. All righty. That looks good so far. Perfect. All right, so one thing left here would be to go to the manage little script we got right here outside on the root, and we got to import this, and then we got to run the script, and we can create this table. So as long as we import it, we should be good. And now what we're gonna do is go ahead and execute this. So I'm gonna say Python manage, and it says table contains column C. So we have some type of error here on the notes. All right. So let's go back in here and let's look at that real quick. Boom. All right. So now let's go back and Python manage. And there we go. Database and tables created. And you can see that that table has been created. We don't have any data on it yet, right? We have data on contact, but we don't have on the notes. But you can see that it has been created. All right, so I'm gonna close this down and let's go back into our application. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.